Imagine being invited somewhere not to be honored, not to be respected, but to be paraded around like a charity case in front of hundreds of people. That was what happened to Vincent Cole. Vincent lived under the Jefferson Bridge. He slept on cardboard, begged for coins, and stayed invisible. Most people didn't see him. Some walked past him like he wasn't even there. To many of them, he was just another problem the city refused to solve. So when the invitation came, it felt wrong. Almost cruel. It was for the Hartford Medical Foundation Gala. Black tie. $10,000 per piatto. The kind of event where billionaires celebrated themselves for helping the poor. But what Vincent didn't know was that this invitation carried poison. It wasn't gratitude. It was a spectacle. They wanted to parade the homeless hero around like a trained animal. Proof that their charity mattered. But life has a funny way of turning things around. Because on that gala night, the man they expected to display like a trophy, the one they thought would bow his head and play grateful, walked in and reminded every person in that room what dignity actually looks like. What happened next? Nobody could have imagined. Before we begin, tell us where you are watching from. Drop it in the comments. Enjoy the story. The morning starts the same way it always does. Cold. Gray. Lonely. Vincent Cole wakes up at 5:47 a.m. under the Jefferson Bridge. The concrete is freezing beneath his cardboard mat. February in Chicago. His breath makes clouds in the air. He folds his cardboard carefully. Stores it behind the support beam. This spot is his. He's defended it twice. Once with words. Once with his fists. His belongings fit in 2 garbage bags. Clothes. A blanket. 1 photograph. His daughter, Keisha. Smiling. Beautiful. Dead 6 years now. Overdose. She was only 23. Vincent touches the photo gently. Morning, baby girl. He walks to the gas station. Raj, the attendant, lets him use the bathroom. Vincent washes his face, his hands, his arms, trying to hold on to dignity when the world keeps trying to strip it away. By 6:15 a.m., he's at his corner. Monroe and Jefferson. Good traffic. Business people heading to work. Sometimes they give him money. Sometimes they look through him like he's a ghost. Vincent holds his cardboard sign. Homeless vet. Anything helps. God bless. The truth is complicated. Yes, he's a veteran. Army. 1992 to 1996. Honorable discharge. But that's not why he's homeless. He was a social worker once. Good job. Helped kids in foster care. Made $52,000 a year. Had an apartment. Had a life. Then Keisha died. And Vincent shattered. Started drinking to forget. Lost his job. Lost his apartment. Lost himself. He's been sober for 2 years now. But climbing out of homelessness sober is harder than falling into it drunk. So he begs. And he survives. At 6:47 a.m., the black Mercedes drives past. Same car. At the same time. Every weekday. The driver never looks at him. Never slows down. Just another rich person in a hurry. But this morning, something is wrong. The Mercedes is swerving. Drifting between lanes. Like the driver is falling asleep or having a seizure or... The car jerks hard to the right. Hits the curb. Overcorrects violently. Vincent drops his sign. No. No, no, no. The Mercedes accelerates instead of braking. Drives straight through the guardrail. The metal screams. Bends. Brakes. The car flips. Sails through the air. Hits the Chicago River nose first. The splash is massive. Vincent runs. Drops everything. Sprints toward the bridge. People are stopping. Pulling out phones. Recording. Calling 911. But nobody is moving toward the water. Someone help him, a woman screams. Vincent reaches the edge. The Mercedes is sinking. Fast. The driver is visible through the windshield. Slumped over the wheel. Unconscious. Blood on his face. 10 seconds. Maybe less before the car is completely under. Vincent looks at the water. February. Freezing. He's not a strong swimmer. If he goes in, he might not come out. But Keisha's voice echoes in his head. Her last words in that hospital bed. Daddy, I'm scared. Don't leave me. He'd held her hand. I'm here, baby. I'm here. But he hadn't saved her. Hadn't seen the signs. Hadn't stopped the drugs. Vincent looks at the sinking car. At the dying man. At the crowd just watching. He jumps. The cold hits like a sledgehammer. Every muscle locks. He can't breathe. Can't think. Just pain. But he kicks. Forces his body to move. Swims toward the car. It's half submerged already. Water pouring through the broken windshield. Vincent reaches the door. Pulls. Locked. Pulls harder. Nothing. The car tilts. Starts sinking faster. Vincent dives under. His eyes burn. His lungs scream. He finds the shattered windshield. Glass everywhere. He squeezes through. Feels a glass slice his arm. Doesn't stop. The driver is strapped in. Seatbelt locked. Vincent pulls his knife, the blade he uses for everything, cutting cans, rope, and defense. He saws through the belt. The man is heavy. Dead weight. Unconscious. Vincent grabs him. Pulls. The windshield is tight. He shoves the man through, cutting both of them on the glass. They break the surface. Vincent gasps. Chokes. Keeps the man's head above water. The shore is 30 feet away. Vincent's clothes drag him down. His body is shutting down. Hypothermia. But he kicks. Pulls. Help. His voice is weak. Someone help. A construction worker runs into the water. Wades out. Grabs the unconscious man. Together, they drag him to shore. Vincent collapses. Face first on concrete. Can't feel his arms. Can't feel his legs. Just cold. Someone drapes a blanket over him. Ambulance is coming. Vincent rolls over. Look at the man he pulled out. Mid-40s. Expensive suit. Bleeding from his forehead. But breathing. Vincent starts CPR. 30 compressions. 2 breaths. 30 compressions. On the 4th round, the man coughs. Vomits water. His eyes open. You're okay, Vincent gasps. You're safe. The man stares at him. Confused. Terrified. What happened? Your car went into the river. I got you out. The man's eyes focus. He sees Vincent's torn clothes. His weathered face. His homeless sign was lying on the ground nearby. You saved me. Yes, sir. Sirens wail closer. Ambulance. Fire trucks. Police. Paramedics swarm. Check the man first. Spine board. Neck brace. Load him into the ambulance. As they lift him, the man grabs Vincent's hand. Thank you. I don't know why you did that. But thank you. Anyone would have. No. The man looks at the crowd. The people who watched. Who recorded. Who did nothing. You did. The ambulance doors close. A paramedic checks Vincent. Sir, you need to come to the hospital. Hypothermia. Lacerations. You could have pneumonia. I'm fine. You're not fine. I can't afford a hospital bill. Vincent's voice is firm. I'll be okay. The paramedic looks at him. At his sign. Understanding crosses his face. He gives Vincent heat packs. Extra blankets. His own jacket. A police officer takes Vincent's statement. Give him his card. You're a hero, Mr. Cole. Just did what was right. By 8:30 a.m., the scene clears. News vans pack up. The viral video is already spreading. Homeless man saves drowning CEO. Vincent walks back to his spot. Change into dry clothes. His body aches. Cuts sting. Lungs burn. But the man is alive. He lies down on his cardboard. Closes his eyes. He doesn't know that the man he saved is Michael Hartford, CEO of Hartford Medical Group, worth $3.8 billion. Or that tomorrow, his life will change forever. Vincent wakes at 5:30 a.m. Everything hurts. His chest rattles when he breathes. The cuts on his arms are scabbed over. He goes to Raj's gas station. Cleans up. Raj looks at him seriously. Vincent, you're all over the news. Homeless hero saves billionaire CEO. They're looking for you. Vincent's stomach drops. Looking for me? To thank you. To give you a reward. This could change your life. I don't want a reward. I know. That's why you deserve one. At 6:15 a.m., Vincent is at his corner. But today people recognize him. Cars slow down. Point. A woman rolls down her window. You're the hero. Oh my God. She hands him $50. God bless you. By 7 a.m., he's made $240. More than he usually makes in 2 weeks. Then 3 black SUVs pull up. Vincent's heart stops. Police? What did he do? The doors open. 15 people step out. Expensive suits. Security. Someone with a camera. A woman approaches. Vincent Cole. Yes, ma'am. I'm Rebecca Patterson, Director of Public Relations at Hartford Medical Group. We've been looking for you. She smiles. Michael Hartford would like to meet you. To thank you properly. I don't need. Please. A younger woman steps forward. Maybe 20. Tears in her eyes. I'm Claire Hartford. You saved my father. Please. Let me thank you. Vincent sees Keisha in her eyes. Okay. They drive him to Northwestern Memorial. Private room. 17th floor. Michael Hartford is in bed. Bandaged. Bruised. When Vincent walks in, Michael's eyes fill with tears. Vincent. Sir. Sit. Please. Vincent sits. Michael stares at him. The doctor said the water was 38 degrees. I was underwater for almost 2 minutes. If you hadn't pulled me out exactly when you did, I'd be dead. I'm glad you're okay. Why did you do it? You could have died. Vincent thinks of Keisha. Because someone needed help. Michael wipes his eyes. I drove past you every morning. Saw you on that corner. Never stopped. Never gave you anything. Never looked at you. He pauses. And you saved my life anyway. You didn't know. I should have. Michael sits up. Vincent, I want to do something. Not charity. Justice. He pulls out papers. Hartford Medical operates 11 hospitals. We need good people. I'm offering you a job. Patient liaison. Helping families navigate treatment. $62,000 salary. Full benefits. Vincent stares. $62,000? Plus housing. We have corporate apartments. 1 bedroom. Furnished. Rent-free for a year. Vincent can't breathe. And, Michael continues, I'm establishing the Vincent Cole Veteran Housing Fund. $500,000 annually. To help homeless veterans get housing and treatment. You're naming it after me? You gave me a second chance. Now I'm giving others the same. Vincent puts his face in his hands. Cries. There's one more thing, Michael says quietly. We're hosting our annual Medical Foundation Gala next Saturday. I'd like you to be our guest of honor. Vincent looks up. Guest of honor? Yes. Black tie. We'll provide everything. I want you there. I want people to meet the man who saved my life. Something in Michael's tone feels off. Too rehearsed. But Vincent nods. Okay. The invitation arrives 3 days later. Cream-colored. Gold letters. Rebecca Patterson delivers it personally. With a garment bag. Your tuxedo, she says with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Custom-made. You'll look perfect. After she leaves, Vincent opens the invitation. Hartford Medical Foundation Annual Gala. Honoring our lifesavers. At the bottom, in smaller print. Special recognition, Vincent Cole, homeless hero. Vincent's stomach twists. Homeless hero. Not Vincent Cole, former social worker. Not Vincent Cole, Army veteran. Homeless hero. Like that's all he is. A story. A prop. He looks at the tuxedo. Expensive. Perfect fit. But something feels wrong. He calls the one person who might understand. Colonel James Rivera. His old platoon leader from the Army. Rivera. Colonel, it's Vincent Cole. Cole. Jesus. Where have you been? Vincent explains everything. The drowning. The rescue. The job offer. The gala. There's a long pause. Vincent, listen carefully. I know Michael Hartford. Good man. But his PR team. Rivera's voice hardens. They're not inviting you to honor you. They're inviting you to display yourself. You're their redemption story. They're proof that they care about the homeless. Vincent's jaw tightens. What do I do? You show up. But not on their terms. On yours. Saturday evening. The Ritz-Carlton. The gala is massive. Crystal chandeliers. Ice sculptures. String orchestra. Chicago's elite in designer gowns and $1,000 tuxedos. Michael Hartford stands near the stage. Recovered now. Looking proud. Rebecca Patterson checks her clipboard. He should be here any minute. And you're sure he'll play along? Someone asks. He's homeless. He'll do whatever we ask for the paycheck. They laugh quietly. At 7:52 p.m., the ballroom doors open. Vincent Cole walks in. But not the Vincent they expected. He wears his tuxedo. Perfect fit. But across his chest, pinned carefully, are 4 military medals. Purple Heart. Bronze Star. Combat Action Badge. Army Commendation Medal. His posture is military straight. Head high. Eyes forward. He doesn't shuffle. Doesn't bow his head. Doesn't look grateful or humble. He walks like a soldier. The room goes quiet. People turn. Stare. Who is that? Are those real medals? He was military. Rebecca's smile falters. This wasn't the plan. Vincent reaches the center of the ballroom. Stops. Waits. Michael approaches quickly. Extends his hand. Vincent. You look great. Vincent shakes his hand. Says nothing. Ladies and gentlemen. Michael addresses the crowd. I'd like you to meet Vincent Cole, the homeless man who saved my life. Polite applause. Curious stares. Vincent's jaw tightens. Homeless man. Vincent was living under a bridge when he heroically jumped into the freezing River Anne. Excuse me. An older voice cuts through. An elderly man in a military dress uniform pushes through the crowd. He's staring at Vincent. At his medals. Son, the old man says slowly. Where did you serve? Vincent turns. Iraq, sir. 2003 to 2004, 3rd Infantry Division. The old man's eyes widen. What was your unit? 2nd Battalion, 7th Infantry. My God. The old man steps closer. Look at the Purple Heart. You're Vincent Cole. Staff Sergeant Vincent Cole. The room goes dead silent. I'm Colonel David Morrison. Retired. I was your brigade commander. His voice shakes. You saved 18 men when your convoy was ambushed in Fallujah. You took shrapnel and kept fighting. You were recommended for the Silver Star. Gasps spread through the ballroom. Silver Star? He's a war hero? Michael's face goes pale. Vincent, you never told me. You never asked. Vincent's voice is quiet. Controlled. You asked about the drowning. About being homeless. You never asked who I was before. Colonel Morrison turns to the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is one of the finest soldiers I ever commanded. He earned a Purple Heart, a Bronze Star, and nearly received the Silver Star. He looks at Vincent. What happened to you, son? Vincent's voice stays steady. I lost my daughter to an overdose. Lost myself after that. Ended up on the streets. And you've been there for how long? 11 months. Morrison's jaw tightens. He turns to Michael. To Rebecca. To the whole room. So let me understand this. A decorated combat veteran. A man who saved lives in Iraq and then saved your life. He points at Michael. Has been sleeping under a bridge for almost a year. And your solution is to parade him around at a gala as your homeless hero? Rebecca steps back. We offered him a job. A job. Morrison's voice rises. This man should have had VA support. Should have had housing. Should have had mental health services. He's a veteran. We're supposed to take care of him. The room is frozen. Vincent speaks. His voice carries across the ballroom. With respect, Colonel, I don't need to be taken care of. He looks around the room. I'm not here to be anyone's charity case. I'm not here to make anyone feel good about themselves. He turns to Michael. You offered me a job. Thank you. But I need to know something. Are you offering it because of who I am? Or because of what I did for your PR? Michael's mouth opens. Closes. Rebecca steps forward. Mr. Cole, we're trying to help. Help. Vincent's eyes lock on hers. You put homeless hero on the invitation. Not Vincent Cole, Army veteran. Not Vincent Cole, former social worker. You labeled me by my lowest moment because it made a better story. The crowd shifts uncomfortably. That's not, Rebecca starts. It's exactly that. Vincent's voice gets stronger. You wanted to display me. Proof that rich people care about poor people. But you didn't want to know my story. You wanted to use it. Someone in the crowd starts clapping. Slow. Steady. Colonel Morrison. Then others join. More and more until the entire ballroom is applauding. Not for the rescue. For the truth. Michael Hartford steps forward. His face is red. But not with anger. With shame. Vincent. You're right. You're absolutely right. His voice cracks. I'm sorry. I thought I was helping. But I was using you to make myself feel better. Vincent nods. I know you were. I want to do better. Really do better. Help me do that. Vincent looks around the room. At the wealthy faces. At the people who'd been ready to pat themselves on the back for helping the homeless. You want to help? Really help. Vincent's voice is firm. Stop treating homeless people like stories. Start treating them like humans. Most of them aren't lazy. Most of them aren't addicts. Most of them are just people who got knocked down and can't get back up because the system is designed to keep them down. He points to his medals. I served this country. And when I needed help, where was the help? Where was the system that was supposed to catch veterans before they ended up on the streets? The room is silent. Listening. If you really want to help, Vincent continues, don't throw a gala. Build affordable housing. Fund mental health services. Hire people with gaps in their resumes. Give second chances. Michael nods slowly. We will. I promise. We'll do all of that. Don't promise me. Promise them. Vincent gestures to the crowd. And then do it. Michael extends his hand again. Will you help me? Please. I need someone who understands. Someone who's lived it. Vincent looks at the hand. At Michael's face. At the sincerity finally showing through. Yes, he says quietly. I'll help. But not as your homeless hero. As Vincent Cole. Former social worker. Army veteran. Father. Human being. Deal. They shake hands. The applause is deafening. Later that night, Vincent stands outside the Ritz-Carlton. Colonel Morrison was beside him. That took guts, Morrison says. Calling them out like that. They needed to hear it. What happens now? Vincent looks at the city lights. Now I help build something real. Not a photo op. Not a charity stunt. Real change. Morrison smiles. Need any help? Always. As Vincent walks away, he touches his medals. Thinks of the men he served with. Thinks of Keisha. I'm not hiding anymore, baby girl, he whispers. I'm done being invisible. If you believe in stories that challenge power, that demand dignity, that remind us to see people instead of labels, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment. Tell us about a time someone saw past your circumstances to see you.